Hi, welcome once again to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to channel for you today, and I don't know why I'm singing. Alright, let's see what they got in store for us today. Oh, here comes the thoughts. Oh boy, exciting. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. I bid you a good day. Kind of casual Friday, Roxy. Nice. Alright, let us begin our journey. We have spoken in the last idea of a matter, a new term, if you will, that of astral shift, as opposed, not really opposed, let's call it an evolution, truly, of astral projection. Now, if you look at the two definitions, and we talk about definitions a lot in this idea conduit, definitions give you a scope of reality, immediacy on what you define it as, and it starts to affect the idea of the beliefs that you are filtering. Your trust is going out through the idea of beliefs. This definition means that that's your reality according to whatever idea you're focusing within that frame, period. Projection is a projection idea. You are projecting out. You are projecting this reality truly from your inside light. Truly. Projecting it onto the screen of life. The illusion of reality. How beautiful. Projection is moving up there. And then the idea of shifting came into the collective upon your idea of ascension. And more of what you call your spiritual terms, definitions if you will, became ideas of, let's say, moving the reality. Projection is, let's say, well understood, and now shifting is well understood. Now we're going to, let's say, evolve the idea of astral projection, truly, into the idea of astral shifting. Understand you are a frequency. Understand you are an idea of a space-time now. You are in a frequency zone within the illusion. It is a, let's say, vast holodeck. However, you are vibrating within an idea of a location within that holodeck. I am here. And now if I move this much, I have shifted my location. You just move it, but truly, I disappeared and reappeared over here. So I shifted to that idea location. You don't actually move, you give yourself the illusion of flow and movement. That's the beauty of time. That's the beauty of movement in the idea of the illusion. This idea of third density. So I just literally shifted position. There's many ideas of that. In teleportation, you go from here to there. It gives you the illusion that you actually move through that space-time area to a different location. And within the holodeck, you did. But truly, you just didn't go anywhere because everything is here and now. And what you did is change your scenery. Simple as that. But the permission slip of the idea of shifting in the illusion can give you that, let's say, idea experience of shifting within the illusion. The experience of shifting within the illusion. Although you're not, but no details are matter. Don't try to figure that out. Let that flow. So you have a frequency band that you exist as, and within the idea of third density, you have a frequency band as well. The idea of what you are, your signature identification, your individualism through all that is. The idea of you and how everyone sees you. And they all see you in their own particular way, however, it's the same vibration. They translate it within their own subjective universe, truly. So in that idea, you have that frequency. Now that you are creating that frequency of 3D through your projection into the space-time now, what you call 3D reality, third density physical illusion, if you will. Now you know you are a frequency within that. Oh yes. The idea of the frequency within that has another frequency. You've created the frequency, 3D Earth. Within that, you have a location frequency. And you change it every time you perceive to move. And you change that frequency in movement. Shifting is what you're truly doing. You call it moving. We'll give you the new term if you choose to accept it, as you shift from this location to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. The old you is gone, the new you is here. The old you is gone, the new you is here. Bingo. All right. So now you're going to use an idea of a practicum of intentional focus upon shifting. Nothing crazy, not too intense. Just say, oh yeah, I'd like that, and that's it. And what will happen, just like everything else in the slipstream, if you allow it, it gives you the idea of revolution to you, leading to the revelation of it. So the revolution is astral shifting. The revelation is you allowing it to happen for you. You are the eternal God. You are effortless. Your higher self is the big God. This is the fractal God that you see before you. That one is going to allow, if you choose, vulnerable, if you choose, the big God to show you its stuff. Easy. So in that idea, you're going to shift to a different location within your frequency. Firstly, however, it will not be in the idea of movement in your physical earth yet. The first idea is for you to shift your reality and come back to this reality. Shift to another reality and come back to this reality. You're going to change your view. Truly, you're just changing the program holodeck, but you don't need to get into that because we want you to do it this way because this is better and easy and more comprehensible to the illusion of the 3D matrix mind. All right. So in this idea, what you're going to do is give yourself the intentional idea of shifting to a different reality for a split second. You're doing it all the time, but now you're going to shift to it because you're ready for it. A lot of you have been experiencing things coming into your reality out of the corner of your eye. All of a sudden, poof, you thought you saw a fairy. Or that was there a minute ago, but it's not there now. Those ideas are what you're, let's say, the best way to equate it is what you are doing is seeing the densities all around you. You're not intentionally putting something there and taking it away. What you're seeing is two overlapped realities. So something that appeared there was maybe the same exact item on another space-time now, but you merged the two, put them on top of each other, and you were aware of both realities. Shifting, if you will. Difference is time, but that's another idea. We'll get to that later. So in this idea of astral shifting now, we want to change your holodeck, and you're going to intentionally, as we said, shift to another idea of yourself, another reality. Do not do it, if you choose, we're asking you, not to do it in dream state. Don't do it in lucid dreaming. You guys are conscious creators, all of you. Your will of you is creating and aware all the time of your your experiences. So you do not need to do it to the idea of dreaming or lucid projection anymore. That was to get you familiar, get you comfortable. Take that, let's say, tightly wound mind of yours that wouldn't allow things and give it tiny little permission slips to loosen up itself so you can allow this to happen. You want to do things while you're awake, guys. I would think so, yes. Dreaming is awesome. Sure, if you remember it and this and that and such, it was all good. But now we want to make it great. You want to be grand. You want to do the magic. So the astral shift, first thing, will take, let's say, place easily for a lot of you, will not be you moving from your couch to the, let's say, sofa, rather, what is that? Armchair? Thank you. From the couch to the armchair and then poof poof back and forth. Not yet. That'll freak you out a little bit too much. What's more acceptable is an illusionary vision of all of a sudden you're on the moon and then you're back. And you're like, holy shit, what happened? Moving in the room is a little bit too grand right now. Everything is relationship. Once again, we have mentioned this before. We want you to really understand the importance of relationship. Your relative relationship to the environment that you're in. Earth is easy to exist in. The moon, not so much. So we're not going to keep you there long, but we're going to give you the experience, and then you can start to relate to it. Now, physically, will you go there? Yes, because there is no not physical if you are physical. But you are not going to perceive yourself in the physical idea. You're just starting to tune it in and feel it and get the idea, awareness of it. It will be awake, eyes open, and it will be visualized with the eyes. Not the image up here. This is the starter. The eyes, the reality, will be the idea of the perceiver on this idea of astral shifting. You want to understand that where you're getting more and more magic, more validation. So, poof, you're on the moon and you're like, holy shit, and then you're back. That kind of idea. You won't, let's say, hurt yourself or don't add in how am I going to breathe and all that crap. Alright? It's a holodeck. You're going to give yourself the idea of first familiar with that vibration of that space-time, location, frequency within your reality of 3D illusion. So anywhere that you have knowledge of, you may go to. Quickly shifting to that idea and back. Astral projection, you want to fly up there. You want to dream yourself there. You want to project your consciousness and trust your imagination. Beautiful! That's all the practicum, but now let's have some fun. The idea is during conscious, awake. You want to, let's say, not so much meditate, but you can put yourself in a state of stillness, peace, ease. Maybe do a singing bowl, maybe a mantra, a chant. Matters not. Whatever's comfortable to get you into that. And then you sit and allow and allow and allow and allow. And if it doesn't happen the first time, don't get pissed off. Don't get frustrated and don't say, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. You're doing it exactly how you should be doing it. The idea is for you to do it and allow it. When it occurs, it'll occur on its own in the perfect timing. The big God's got this. The little God down here, the fractal self of the big God, will get to journey and enjoy the ride of that. Ride the wave, in other words. So in that idea, astral shifting is the first step. We would like you to start the idea of intentional practical, allow it to happen, and then you will be shifting, let's say, very often in different ideas. Let's say your higher self likes to make you laugh, so maybe you're having a very serious conversation, and then poof, you're in Tahiti, and you're right back, and you're like, holy shit. That kind of idea, so you can break up the monotony of yourself, trying to be serious and keep things light. The higher self has everything in store for you. The more you allow it, the more beautiful it's going to be. After the idea of that, in many of you that will start to feel this and start to experience this and start to really understand it through the vibrational relationship of familiarity with astral shifting, then you will start to do it upon your 3D earth. You will be, quote, now I'll give you the earthly term, teleporting within your 3D. We call it shifting. But we are actually calling astral shifting because that's where it's going to start. And now you will be shifting astrally. Then you will be shifting in your idea of your 3D holodeck, which you call Earth, acceptable idea of being a human within the framework of acceptable reality. That you are on Earth, you can't teleport and all that stuff yet. You can't just go anywhere on Earth realm we're talking. Then you will give yourself the means, idea, familiarity of teleporting. Now, you're not going to all of a sudden be able to pop over in Paris and walk around and maybe, go have some crepes for breakfast and then pop back over to wherever you live. Not yet. Not that much magic yet. This is an ascension, okay? We have to get the whole collective acceptable as time moves on. We, in this conversation right now, are giving you the outskirts of your acceptable framework of reality. What this is doing is starting to stir within you the possibilities and the probabilities of creation. That's what moves it. The idea of a helicopter never existed, okay? Until someone thought and saw way, way, way in the future, on the outskirts of a reality, maybe that idea tree of that tiny little blade seed that comes down and said, poof, that's a long way away from the helicopter, but that's where it started. This is the same idea. Don't think of time, don't think it's not going to happen in your lifetime, none of that crap. That's all limiting, limiting, limiting. That's the idea. Now the stirrings of creation are moving, with all of you giving your idea focus to this. The whole collective is in on it, and then everyone moves somewhere within their unconscious self this idea as an allowable framework, acceptable reality. Ta-da! There will be ones that easily do it, ones that have, let's say, more time to do it. Whatever way that you are choosing. If it doesn't interest you, don't worry about it. You just keep rocking your world. But if it does intrigue you, stay with it and allow yourself to experience it. First, the astral shifting to different ideas. There will be Mars trip is one destination a lot of people have chosen. There will be moon trips. Arcturian ship idea. And of course, visiting the Yummy Yael, and of course the Essassani, which a lot of you are already doing in astral projection, that of the Essassani. Very good. So, also, there will be other ideas of different ideas of densities as well. We want you to understand something about the angelic realm, and the reason why we're bringing this up is because there's been an idea of the angelic realm that has been brought forth. This will be a side note to the idea of our intentional message of that of astral shifting. The idea of the angelic realm, okay? Imeto. Genieto. Oh, sorry. The idea, long language, the idea of spirits, and Roxy's laughing. Stop it. That's me. All right. The idea of the astral plane is the spiritual plane. Okay? That's everything outside of physicality. The idea of what you would call the angelic realm penetrates all densities, all realities. All of them. If you are a 4D being like in a, let's say, in a fractal idea in this space-time now, that of an Yael or an Essassani or an Arcturian, that is where your idea, let's say, experience will be. The idea working within the framework of that idea. The idea of what you call your angelic realm penetrates all of them. There is no true density because it's all densities. Just know this. So, anyways, back to the idea of astral shifting. You have a good means to understand what we're moving to here. We're giving you a new seed that is now planted. It will now stir itself. Much like astral projection, many of the collective are masters at it. They know that they can put themselves into a different experience through the idea in that lucid dream state. Now we're evolving it to where it's an actual awake conscious physical shift. Shifting, poof, there. And changing your scenery to give you the experience of being once again maybe on the moon or maybe at the jump gate at Mars and watching the presidents pop in and out and going hi, and then poof, you're gone. And they're like, what was that? That kind of idea. So much fun to be had. Oh yes. So that's the idea first. Then it'll move to the idea of moving and teleporting within your 3D reality. That will not be as extensive, but it will be most certainly, let's say, experienced by a lot of you. Whatever reason you are getting this for yourself will be revealed to yourself as you allow the vulnerability to, let's say, take over and allow your higher self to show you the magic. Magic times we are upon. 4D Earth. Don't discount this. And don't keep looking for anything from the past that says it needs to be this way or that way. It is in allowance that shows you all the ways. Very good. Toshina. Kimi to Toshina. Yes. This is all we have for this space-time now. Once again, it has been an honor to co-create with that of reality. Have fun with this. Lighten up and shift your reality. This is Ocyphius. I bid you a good day. Adore me. Cool beans. Awesome blossom. All right, guys. Oh, love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll get this up tonight. Love you guys. Bye.